If you're like me, then you play video games. And if you play video games, you most likely play multiplayer video games. And I'll bet you that sometimes you jump into a game with a bunch of strangers and play a few rounds of CSGO, Halo, Titanfall, GTA, but there's a huge issue with a lot of these multiplayer games. If I play a game on the PC, most of the time I can only play the game with others who play on the PC. Same with Xbox and PlayStation and Wii. Not a ton of games let me play games with others, and cross-platforming would be a very logical step forward when it comes to gaming. Now there are a few things to get out of the way here. Firstly, that Sony and Microsoft could have been doing this for forever ago, and they haven't, which is stupid. Their consoles have been equally matched for generations, and Xbox gamers and PlayStation gamers could have been playing games together, no sweat. However, the PC is a different story. A lot of games that come to consoles are first-person shooters. Now, what is the problem with that? Well, if every game had cross-platform capability and I was playing Call of Duty on my PC with people who were playing on consoles, I would destroy them, and not in a very fair way. With a mouse, I can turn my character as fast as I want. I can be very precise and accurate when using a mouse for first-person shooters. So how do we set this up so that it's fair? Well, when it comes to PC gaming, we also have the ability to use controllers. I think the game should be set up so that it can detect that you're using a keyboard and mouse or a controller. A lot of games do this already, so if it was transformed into a mechanic for cross-platform multiplayer, it could solve a lot of issues. Say I'm using a keyboard and mouse. Well, I would only be connected to those who are also using a keyboard and mouse. Now say I switch to controller. I'm now able to cross-platform with anyone else who uses a controller. And this would be perfect. Now there could be pitfalls to this. One being that sometimes you accidentally move your mouse during a match, and if that happens and the game is set up to kick you if you try to switch, that could get annoying. But besides that and the potential for hackers who try to take advantage of this system, you should be okay. Now another thing that some may argue is, well, if I'm playing a first-person shooter with console gamers at a higher frame rate, wouldn't I be moving faster? I would have an advantage there. Now this is a fair point. I've played Saints Row 4 with my friend, PC to PC. The only difference is I was playing at 60 FPS and he was playing at 30 FPS. And I flew faster. I ran faster. Even though he had leveled up more, I was faster because of my frame rate. So I will not deny that this can come into effect. I feel developers who make first-person online shooters strive for 60 FPS in their multiplayers anyway, but if the game was not able to do it, it might just be something we have to deal with in the meantime. When it comes to cross-platforming, there's a lot of good that it would do for the communities. Firstly, it would bring an end to the separation between gamers. I have no idea why it's taken so long to finally start really implementing cross-platforming, especially for Sony and Microsoft. Another thing it would do is keep servers full. The reason PC gamers servers last as long as they do is because there are immensely more PC gamers, and a lot of us play games for years. I was literally playing Battlefield 1942 the other day with my friend, and even though that game's servers were shut down, the community built a new server so we could continue to play that game together. And for a studio to still make enough money to support their servers for that long would be good for the studio, good for the publishers, good for the gamers, and great for the industry. And more games would have more communities like that. So if a studio makes a server for their newest game and allows for cross-platforming, they won't have to sweat about having to keep their servers up, because there will be 100 times more people, not just from other consoles, but from us PC gamers as well. And again, that's great for the industry. I do believe that cross-platforming has a ways to go before it becomes mainstream. But with more and more games coming out with the option, it just makes me smile. I have a few friends who would switch to PC gaming in a heartbeat, but they have friends in the military or other states who only play on PlayStation or Xbox, and they would like to continue to be able to play those games with them. We should have the freedom to choose our platform and still be able to play these games with our friends. It's such a no-brainer. I have no idea why it's taken so long to implement. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love having a community of gamers of all sorts, console and PC. It's great to see gamers come together and play video games together. No blocks, no separation, no obstacles, and that's how it should be. Not only would it be cheaper to develop with less servers to maintain, but we would all be able to connect together, and just as I've said before, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in Rocket League.